As a recovering disposable camera addict, I'm happy to say I've discovered an alternative. The appeal of disposable cameras is their simplicity. You can use one without knowing anything about cameras. Huh? You don't need to know about settings. All you need to do is wind the film, press the shutter button, and occasionally turn on the flash. The Mju makes it even easier than that.
So it's been about 5 years since I started taking my photography seriously. And for the longest time, no matter where I went, whether it was a hike in Zion or a trip across the Atlantic, there would always be a disposable camera involved. I liked how small they were, I liked the simplicity of using them, and how the photos looked without any editing. But most of all, I liked the surprise of getting my scans back from the lab. I thought that they were the bee's knees, and for 7 years I took one with me pretty much everywhere. But I never really stopped to consider whether there might be something better out there. Enter the Olympus Mju.
Also known in the United States as the Infinity Stylus, the Mju is a 35mm point and shoot that debuted in 1991. It has a sharp 35mm f3.5 lens, 3 buttons, and it is awesome. It was never really marketed for photographers though, more so for the casual shooter who wanted to have a no-fuss, take anywhere, capture memories kind of camera. And when you say it like that, it doesn't really sound so different from a disposable. But the Mju has a few significant and distinct advantages. It has sharp glass optics instead of a plastic lens. It auto-winds your film, so no more of that, yeah. Kinda hard to catch a candid moment when everyone knows that sound. You get to choose from a wide array of film stock instead of being stuck with the preloaded 800 speed in a disposable, which also means you can get up to 36 shots per roll instead of 28.
This camera smells weird too. It smells like old vegetables. And that doesn't make any sense because it's brand new. Yeah, that's not pleasant. But this one, that's nice.
It's intelligent and automatic, meaning that its settings and focus adapt to different shooting environments, whereas a disposable camera is entirely fixed. And since disposables are more expensive than film stock and give you less exposures per roll, shooting on the Mju with a budget film such as Ultramax 400 is approximately 40% cheaper per photo than shooting on disposable cameras. And for better image quality too. That's of course excluding the upfront cost of the camera, which can currently be found for around $100.
Without O, there'd be no optimists, no joy. You couldn't even play pool. Now there's a new O, the Olympus Infinity Stylus. It's so smart, so serious, yet so small that you'll never again say to yourself, "Oh, I wish I had my camera." Olympus. Never miss another O.
So we're going to see if we can capture any O's and do a little comparison. Seems like a promising little corner. I like these yellow signs with the sky in the background and that little peak too. This spot is always a pleasure to shoot. I can see why most swings usually have 2 ropes. This isn't really much of a swing, I'm just kind of dangling. So, you know, this is more like it, although it looks a little suspect. A little bit faster. All right, this is the real test. Gonna hold the string. Make sure it's not in my, oh, I just wasted a shot. Those are either gonna come out terrible or okay.
In conducting this test and giving the disposable the benefit of the doubt, I learned that the only advantage it had over the Mju was shooting backlit scenes in full daylight. This is most likely due to the Mju metering for the highlights in those scenes, which could also be user error. I'd be interested to conduct this test again and attempt to more deliberately choose where I meter the scenes, but then we're beginning to depart from this topic of simplicity. But other than that, the disposable had no other advantage over this powerful little point and shoot. The only thing it seems to excel at is creating more unnecessary plastic waste.
Okay, but let's take the disposable camera out of the scenario for a second and just talk for a sec about why I love this so much and why it's such a pleasure to carry and to use and just so awesome.
First off, this thing is the perfect pocket-sized point and shoot. Unlike something like a Contax T2 or a modern digital Sony RX100, this thing will easily fit in a regular pants pocket. And if we're talking about an everyday carry camera for documenting your life, that is super important. You don't want to be fumbling to pull a brick out of your pocket, or worse, have to carry it in a bag. That would just defeat the purpose.
Also super important is that because it has this like little clamshell sliding design, that it doesn't accidentally turn on when you put it in your pocket and then shoot the lens out and make it look like you're happy to see somebody.
Next is its simplicity. This thing has 3 buttons: the shutter button, the flash button, and the self-timer button. You put your film in and it reads the DX code on the film, automatically sets the speed for you, and it auto winds. You slide it open to turn it on, a half press of the shutter and this green light lets you know your image is in focus, and bam. That's it. No nonsense. But why should you care about a fully automatic point and shoot that just seems so limited? Because what makes it so great is that it is so limited. As photographers, we often overthink. We strive to shoot things on the right lens, with the right settings, at the right time of day, and put a ton of effort into trying to capture something as best we can, which is great, but not all the time. This camera takes the hassle out of capturing beautiful photographs and just makes it fun. It gets out of your way, and it offers freedom.
I don't know about you, but ease of use is exactly what I want when documenting my life. I don't want to have to check settings and manually focus every time I go to snap a photo. Things happen too fast in life, and those precious few extra seconds can be the difference between capturing or missing the memory. And if capturing memories is a priority to you, then you should have a camera that prioritizes that too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.